Hi guys, welcome back to Becoming. My name is Nqobile M and I am the host. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share a comment. Let us know what you think about our content. So today I have a very dear friend of mine who's joining me today. I'm going to let him introduce himself. But I've known this very dear friend of mine for 3 years now.
Yeah, about 4 years now.
Yeah, about 4 years now. So it's been a while. So I'm not gonna spoil his moments. So I'm just gonna ask you to please just introduce yourself and just let people know what it is that you do. And then we'll take it
You
from
know
there.
me well. You know that I like the spotlights.
Yeah. So I'm capping you 1 minute,
1 minute.
60 seconds.
So hi guys, it's Sudhir Balli. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a fitness enthusiast, personal trainer as well. I own my own karate business. It is called Samurai Karate. And I'm a presenter on DSTV for a show called Five Color Fitness.
Should I extend your 1 minute to like 30 minutes of just you introducing
I want to
yourself?
say more, but that's it. Me in a nutshell.
Welcome to my podcast.
Yeah,
So
it's good to
basically,
be here.
the reason why I called you up here today is just because I just wanted to sort of like just shed some light. Obviously, you know that this is a mental health podcast because of what I do. But I just wanted to just get to know you, just shed some light into your personal journey, you
Right.
know. So I'm probably going to get you to like open it up just a little bit. But I
Nice.
just want to get to know who you are. Like how did you get to where you are in life? What are some of the things that influenced you? What are some of the things that challenged you? You know, what are some of the lessons that you've learned and so forth, right? So I think maybe let's just start off. I know that you said that you're I think if I think Sudhir, the first thing that comes to my mind is fitness.
Right.
Fitness, be it whether karate, personal training, or all these other things. But if I could narrow it down to one word, it's fitness.
Okay.
Right. What's the one word that you think sort of like encapsulates you the best,
I
or
think
what you do the best?
for me it's martial arts. It's karate. But I think because now on social media, fitness is more attractive
True.
than
Martial arts. Yeah.
and stuff like that. There. But I'm slowly tapping down and focusing on on martial arts. But I think everyone knows me for the fitness part.
No, 100%. What do you think triggered your fitness journey? Like, did it start with martial arts, or did it start like what is it that actually started your whole?
Sure. So it was always martial arts. My love for fitness came from martial arts. So in order for me to get better in karate, I needed to go on a fitness journey. So I was overweight as a child and obviously bullied a lot. And I couldn't do all those things that the other kids could do. So like I couldn't run as fast, I couldn't maybe jump as high or even kick as high. So for me, in order for me to get better in my karate, I needed to go into this fitness journey. And then as my life progressed, I realized people was really interested, like, hey, how did you lose so much weight? How did you get so good in karate? Or then that became my career in fitness. That's how I'm known as a fitness person now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Your love for karate, when did that start? Because like I'm thinking you and I are of a similar age, right?
Yes.
So I'm thinking of myself like a couple of years ago, like just 10 years ago. When we were like 5. So, what is it like? I'm almost trying to say that it's not very often that you find someone young say that they're like passionate about martial arts, like karate. So what is it for you out of all of the things that you could have been drawn to, that you could have been attracted to?
Yes.
What was it about karate and martial arts that that attracted you to that?
So I hated karate. I hated karate for the first 2 to 3 years of
Yeah.
karate. I was very much forced to do karate.
Yeah.
My parents wanted me to get that discipline, that I was naughty at school. And obviously the environment we grew up,
in, yeah.
just in a nutshell, the area that we grew up with didn't come from like where we had a lot of role
Inspiring,
models,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
my parents said, you know, you need to go to do karate, and this is the thing that we think that's gonna help you. And my mom forced me for the couple of years, and then I decided I'm already here now.
Might as well just make the
Might as
most
well
out of
become
it.
good. And then eventually, and it was also me proving people wrong. I'm a person where I like to prove you wrong. I take everything personal.
Yeah, that's true.
If you
I've seen that about you.
if you tell me I can't run, tomorrow I'm going to go on the road and start running.
Yeah.
If you're telling me I can't do a certain thing.
Yeah.
So I remember my sensei always telling me, no, you can't, if you're going to be like this, you're never going to do that.
Yeah.
So I always, it became more personal to become this karate journey when I was young, is that I need to get good.
Yeah.
I started setting goals from a very young age, from like maybe like 8, 9. I didn't even know it was a goal there. I just knew I needed to
Something
go.
that you need to do.
I need to go win this tournament.
Yeah, yeah.
So the love for karate started when I wanted to compete and become the best version of myself, I'd say. And obviously then of the other factors, prove people wrong, prove it to myself. No, it's not also about the other people. I wanted to prove to myself that look at you.
Can do this. Yeah.
You, this fat kid, they come from this bad background. I'd say not bad background. I had
but not as inspiring.
Not
maybe.
as inspiring, but like this. There's a possibility that you can become great if you pursue it, if you double down it. And then I saw people ahead of me. Like when I used to go to tournaments, I see these guys traveling and going, seeing the world, and I'm like, yo, you can do that to karate.
Let's go.
I'm like, okay,
let's go.
I'm never gonna get a chance. My parents are not gonna take me overseas anytime soon, because we couldn't afford to. But then I knew that if I go through karate, they'll make a plan, because now I get my SA colors, and so they'll make a plan. So I knew that, okay, my gap is here. So that's how it became something that I really...
Interesting. You haven't mentioned the weight part of things in what drew you to karate. So was the weight loss like a byproduct of the love for karate, or was
So the weight loss was obviously a byproduct of the karate. So I remember I needed to go to Portugal in 2015, and I needed to lose a certain amount of weight for this tournament, and that started the intense weight loss journey, because I was always fat. So I was fat, but I was fit.
Strong.
Fit, strong. I could run, I could whatever. But then at this moment, the coach told me, if you want to be part of the SA team, I need you to drop from 87 kgs to 67.
Oh Lord, that's like a whole person.
In
that's a human.
Like about 4 months. And then I didn't know anything. At that moment, I dropped out of university.
Yeah.
I was studying BCom, and I didn't know anything about fitness or anything. And I did this journey by myself. I played around with things, I researched, and I found out how to lose weight by myself. So in that 4 months, I lost about 20 kgs.
Yo.
So my weight loss there was intense. I'm telling you, it was hectic.
That's wild.
And some point it was depressing at some point, because the fact of trying to be, before I used to eat whatever I want, anytime. And then now I'm restricted to this little chicken, rice, broccoli. Oh.
And that's how you still eat, like currently.
Now I'm still eating now. So now it's like a constant reminder. Okay, now I eat like that, because it's a constant reminder, like, hey bro, look where you came from. I mean, I can go.
You did it before.
I did it before. I mean, I can go and buy what fancy food I want. But I still eat, because I'm still humbling myself, I think. So the weight loss journey was because of karate. That's a question.
Interesting. You mentioned that it was depressing to lose weight, and like I'm just thinking of myself and like how I've had my ups and my downs with my weight loss, and like trying to lose postpartum weight, and like how much that's been a struggle, and the relationship with food and stuff like that. Like what would you say helped you to overcome that part of your journey?
Because I mean, it wasn't. I know sometimes you're gonna have to sacrifice the person you are now for the person
future
you want to become.
Yeah.
So that's what I've always realized. I wasn't eating anymore to be happy or to be a certain type of way. At some point, you have to put your feelings aside. If you want to
and
achieve.
you're saying that to a psychologist, that you need to put your feelings aside.
I'm just saying, I know it sounds
I get you.
But sometimes if you need to, you understand.
Focus on the goal.
Yeah, so I was depressed for a moment. I won't say I was depressed for the whole 4 months, but I was depressed for moments in it. And then I realized, you know what, sometimes it's no longer about feeling. I'm not eating for taste anymore. I'm eating for the result.
What you want in
Like, I want to be a world champion. And like, I know Muhammad Ali says this. He says he hated every moment in training, but he loved to be a champion. He hated boxing, but he loved to be a champion.
Journey that you had. You knew that for me to get there, this is the journey that I have to go through first.
100%. So that journey of being depressed was just like moments. It was just like moments here and there. And I understand that when I'm standing on that stage and I'm on the biggest stage of them all, there's countries, everyone watching me. Firstly, I just wanted to get there.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to prove to myself I can go stand there.
Yeah.
And it was such an amazing moment for me because the depression fell off because
the reward afterwards.
The reward of standing there, and the guy that I fought, he is an Olympic gold medalist.
Nice.
So just standing there and looking there, it was
you already won.
I already won so many things because I look at where I come from. I grew up in a flat. We grew up in a flat, whatever the case may be. Just standing there. So
what's the win?
The win. The food didn't matter. The weight loss didn't matter. Nothing mattered. Nothing mattered. Just me standing there. That was a win. I won.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's inspiring, and I think it's such an important aspect to add into our conversation. Because I think sometimes we focus so much on where we are that we forget where we're going.
Yes.
Or sometimes we focus so much on where we're going that we forget where we are. So like, for instance, if I'm saying that I want to lose X amount of weight by December, but I'm still eating all of the nonsense that I'm eating currently, so it's a nice conversation. Like, it's a nice view to the whole relationship with food.
Yes.
But also discipline.
100%.
Also discipline. You mentioned earlier as well that karate helped. The reason why your parents took you to karate was to help with the discipline. What role do you think that played?
Yeah, it played an amazing role, like with the discipline. Like I'm disciplined to say no to things. Like, I remember most of my life, all my friends were going out partying, doing this. I had the discipline to say no. I need to sit home. I remember there was this time my family had a family function in Johannesburg, and I had squad training at 4:30 on a Sunday. I cried until my parents put me in the bus. In Joburg, I'm 13 years old. I cried until my mom could put me in the bus.
To come back and make it in time for the training.
And I drove myself in the bus.
Yeah.
Made it to training. My sensei picked me up from the bus terminal.
Oh, hectic.
But it's that discipline, that
and
hunger.
The passion,
it's a hunger. I think people forget that they don't have that anymore.
Yes,
and
that's true.
And I think if you're disciplined to something, you set a goal, you need to be disciplined to it, no matter what happens.
So to keep your eyes laser focused on the prize.
Yeah, and the karate taught me that. Like, now I can set a goal. Like, now I'm doing a 100-day challenge. And because I did those challenges and those disciplines of showing up to certain things.
Like the small little acts building up to.
Yes. So the discipline in karate, and also teaches me like the authority, how to conform to like people that are ahead of
you. Yeah. Did you struggle with that at some point?
Yeah, plenty, all the time.
Because you're stubborn, hey.
That's why I'm an entrepreneur. I can't. I do struggle with that, with authority.
How was your relationship with that? Like, what do you think helped you, or what was it that was the biggest challenge for you when it comes to submitting to authority figures?
So personal development. So I think personal development is very good. Because there's a saying from Socrates. It says, every man I meet in some way is my superior, in that I learn from him. So for me, it's like everyone has something to teach me. So at some point, I know that, okay, if I go to, let's say I have a mentor.
Yeah.
And now he's telling me to do A, B, C, D. And I know that he's teaching me something. And he's taking the time, the effort, and it also came from me actually having students, actually teaching.
So you understand it from both roles.
From both roles, I know that every person has something to teach me.
Yeah.
Every person is in some way better than me.
Yeah.
Like, you will be better than me in your psychology, in your mindset, whatever. So I'm not gonna. You have authority in that
when it comes to that or that area.
Yes, and I'll give you respect in that day. So it also just with my personal development, it gave me places to, okay, now in Nqobile's place, you need to respect. I need to respect her and her authority in what she has. when she comes over to the personal training,
Oh.
bro, you better listen to me.
No, I do.
And if
It's
you
not-
don't
it's
listen to
not
me,
nice.
that's when I have the problem with it now.
Yeah.
It's like in that space you don't. And also, what role as an instructor am I gonna teach my students?
If you can't,
If I
be on
can't
the receiving
listen.
end, yeah.
So for me, it's like to be a good instructor, I need to be a good student.
Listener, yeah.
It's that almost that white dog mentality. So I always that's what I think now when I go to my instructors or whatever, is that you know more than me, cool. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna shut up. If I know more than you, then it's other way.
it's
You've been listening. You better shut up. So that's basically it.
I'm thinking that it would be difficult. Not that it would be difficult for me, but like I'm just thinking that I'm wondering if you ever find it difficult to understand that at the end of the day, not everyone is going to be as disciplined as you are.
100%.
And not everyone is going to view this like the way you do. And I'm sure that must be frustrating.
It's frustrating. Friendships, family,
Yeah.
relationships,
Yeah.
it's really hard
Yeah.
to deal with because I'm so disciplined.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting
The same.
you to do this.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking to you and I talk to friends and
Yeah.
they don't understand, I'm like, why you don't
What's
understand?
wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Why you don't
What's
understand?
wrong with you?
Well, then I realized recently
Yeah.
is that I shouldn't put my own
Like
expectations.
project your own expectations onto other
Yes.
people. Yeah.
So it's like, I think also, as I said, the personal development journey
Yeah.
helped me realize that you don't, not what other people's actions shouldn't depend on how you behave. So I should meet you where you are.
Yes.
So like if you
Yeah.
if you no longer, I mean, if you don't have discipline,
Yeah.
but if I love and care for you as my friend,
Yeah.
family member, or in a relationship, I should help you to grow.
You should meet me and be able to relate with me.
Relate
even
with you.
wherever I am.
And your discipline or whatever the case, dedication shouldn't dictate how I behave. Because it's supposed to be mine. It's supposed to be
True.
personal.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things I also realized to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
So I realized to keep my values to myself until you can see, okay, hey,
Yeah.
oh, you got something going on, that discipline thing,
Yeah, I
huh?
get you.
Can you teach me the discipline
get
thing?
you.
Okay, now you want to
Now-
learn from
now
me.
it's time for you to
Oh, now
shine.
it's
Now it's
shine.
go time.
Now you want to learn from me. Okay, come. Let me give it to you.
I get you. I get you. I think one of the most beautiful things that and it's interesting because I've known you for so long.
Yes.
But we've never spoken about your journey like this. And I think one of the most beautiful things that I'm noticing
Yeah.
from our conversation is that you keep on highlighting the ups, the downs, the failures, the things that you've had to sacrifice, the things that you've had to compromise on, keeping your eye on the prize. But it sounds like it's been a journey.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I think in this day and age, with everything, it could be studies, it could be with your mental health, your physical health, like whatever it is, everything is a journey. Everything is your journey, and the most important thing is knowing where you're going,
Yes.
and knowing, from what you said, knowing what you need to do to get you there. So I think that's one thing that I'm taking from this conversation. I think that's one lesson that I'm learning from you. That sometimes it's gonna be difficult. You're not
It's
gonna
gonna
like
be
it.
difficult.
There's gonna be a little bit of depression here and there. But so
100%.
long as you keep your eye on the prize,
Yeah,
and
you
like
know
you're
where
just
you're going.
one step in front of the other.
Yeah.
Interesting. 50 years from now, what do you want to be known for?
I know that I want to leave a mark, and I know I want to be a person. One of my main things is to make sure that I help impact 1 million people. That's the first thing.
Nice.
So my thing is to impact 1 million people. I want to be the guy that people relate to in the sense that, you know what, like how David Goggins, for example, I would say David Goggins or any of those people, I want to be known for my not giving up.
Nice.
They want, whenever they think like, hey,
It's like resilience.
like, hey, okay, shit, that's the that didn't give up. I want to be like that.
Yeah.
So like 50 years from
Yeah.
now, I want someone to search Sudhir Balli, put the video on, and hear me saying, "Don't give up,
Yeah.
one more rep," kind of vibe.
Oh, I can literally hear that. It's giving me PTSD vibes.
But I want to know. I want to be known for great things.
Yeah.
And for now, I can tell you 50 things that I want to do that's gonna make me great. But I think it's gonna be a journey. I'm gonna be tomorrow. I wanna be known for the guy that set the world record. Tomorrow I want to be the guy that be a world champion. Tomorrow I want to be known for the guy that's the Guinness World Record holder. I have so many things that I want to achieve.
But they're all focused on like a similar sort of just being great and being big and being known and being influential.
Influential, yes, that's it. I want to be an influential person.
Nice.
And leave my mark.
Yes, you should. One last question that I forgot to ask earlier. Whenever I think karate, I always think like child, like 6-year-old, 7-year-old.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, is that a stigma? Is it a thing? Like, is it normal for people to start karate? Like, oh, can I go start karate at my age? Like, what is that? What is going on there with the whole age thing?
So I think because karate is, you must remember, it's an ancient Japanese art of fighting. And now it's no longer popular. It's no longer trending.
Yeah, that's true.
So at 6 years old, the child haven't realized whether he wants to do kickboxing, MMA, taekwondo.
Take them there.
It's common for them, so they can get excited to a point. Once they reach 15, 16, 17, they realize, oh, that cage fighting thing looks attractive.
That's what I'm
like,
going.
I want to go and do that because that looks attractive because now there's guys with a six-pack out, there's girls around, whatever. So I think once you get older, this old Japanese style of karate is no longer attractive for you.
Anymore,
It's no longer interesting anymore.
I get you.
I think once you like someone like me that's been and seen the promised land, I'd say. Seen the other side.
You've been passionate for a while.
I've been passionate for a while. So like I've been to world championships. I think not every child gets the opportunity to go for a world champions, to go to all Africa games or Commonwealth or wherever I've been. Not a lot of people get to see that. So it becomes boring, it becomes monotonous. So the reason why it's so popular at 6, 5, whatever, so there's a lot of, because of bullying, because of I'd say child abduction and self-defense, it's attractive for young parents now to say, okay, my child at 4 years is going to be a victim of bullying. My child at 4 years old, it might be abducted. My child needs confidence. And karate at a young age gives you that
boost.
So I think that's why it's so important now. And I think once they reach a certain age, the parents are like, oh, you don't have to do it anymore. It's cool.
I think that's such an important point because you know, we can't run away from the fact that our children are exposed to these things. Our children will be exposed to these things. So as a parent, what can you sort of do to sort of like safety guard? You know, like create like a safe net for them. That should they find themselves in a situation like this, at least you know that the child will be able to defend themselves.
100%.
But I think the one thing I love about karate, going back to the discipline, is that it not just teaches you how to fight, but the discipline aspect teaches you to not just go around bullying other kids now just because you know how to fight.
100%.
You know, so it's such a nice balance.
Yes.
It's such a nice balance. But thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you for
us,
having
Sudhir.
me. Yeah.
It's been amazing. I think we should do this more often.
Every week. This will be my little therapy session. Free therapy.
That's pushing it. But thank you so much. How do we get a hold of you, Sudhir?
So yeah, I'm on all social media platforms. I know sometimes it's a bit arrogant, but I say Google me. You can Google me. You can just find me everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, social media, Sudhir Balli official, all platforms. And yeah, I'm here.
Where's your studio located?
My studio is located in Ilala, that's in Umhlanga, and I have a studio in Belito as well.
Nice. Yeah. So let's start a grown people karate class.
Yes.
If you wanna come join me, let's all head to Ilala Ridge and go join Sudhir. But thank you so much, brother. It's been absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
I'm truly inspired by your journey and for always will be. 100% believe in you. And when you're great, you must give me a shout out.
Yeah, you're going to be on stage with me. You're going to receive another one.
All right, that's it from us for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, refer a friend, do the things, and we'll see you guys with our next episode.